Catwoman number 11, written by Judd Winnick, art by Adriana Mello. Last issue left off with Catwoman breaking into Detective Alvarez's apartment in order to stage a meetup with him, and we found out that whatever the guy's name is, Spark, I think it is, he's working with the dirty cops. So this issue picks up, Catwoman's in the kitchen with Alvarez, and immediately he springs for his gun. Catwoman's like, oops, sorry, I already unloaded it. Now, can we please just talk for a little bit? And he immediately goes to tackle her. Big fight scene breaks out as she's just trying to explain, like, hey, for the love of God, I just want to talk. There's one point in here where, a whole bunch of dishes are being smashed and stuff like that. And she makes the comment of like, uh-oh, we're making too much noise in this apartment and the neighbors will hear. And we see an old woman standing outside the door being like, are you all right in there, Carlos? And then Catwoman says how if you just let out a sexy moan, either people are going to listen in or trot away. And she was hedging her bets on trotting away. So the old lady leaves. Sure, why not? Anyway, she manages to get Alvarez in a headlock and just like, hey, listen to me. We've had like 26 different street workers all go missing. Nobody's looking for them. I need you to figure out why. Here's a flash drive with all the stuff I found on it. Read it, and I know you're a good cop, so good luck. So she makes her escape, and we see that Spark was watching over on the rooftop nearby, seeing how she actually went and talked to the cops. So then we cut over to Dollhouse real quick, and he's apparently fulfilling an order of like people who are asking for organs and stuff like that. He's like, yes, of course, you will get your clean and healthy organs. Don't worry, we've got several candidates lined up. And he looks at his security cam and sees someone laying face down in a pile of their own blood, and he's like, no, come on, stay alive. And he runs down the halls, and he's like, dang it, I needed you to stay alive. You've been dead for too long now. I needed that. I'm going to have to go and get some more people. He's specifically using that needs to refill their coffers. So he needs to go out and get some more people. There's a one-page little cutaway here of, I forget her name, Gwen, Selena's fencer. Basically, she's just calling Selena because Selena's not answering for like several days now. And she's like, hey, just call me back whenever. But then she stopped on the street by some big bodyguard guy who puts her in the back of a limo. And there's someone in the limo who says, from what I hear, I can give you some information regarding Selena Kyle. And the person is in silhouette, but they have a very definite hook nose. So I'm just putting my money down on Penguin. There are no odds for that. So Catwoman then breaks into an apartment. I guess there's a whole bunch of buildings that are not being used or something, and she just breaks into one because she needs a place to stay for the night. And when she got in there, Spark was already there waiting, and they make out and are about to have sex until Selena's phone rings, and it's Detective Alvarez who's read through all the documents and whatnot, and he's like, okay, here's the deal. I've got it narrowed down to 1 in 3 places where this guy is going to strike, and he's probably going to strike soon. So you go and like get over to one of these places. I'll be over at this place, and then I guess we'll let the third go. And she's like, oh, I got another guy on my side. And he's like, cool, what's his name? And he's like, I'm not giving my name. Screw you. And Alvarez spends like a weird amount of time trying to get on his good side, whereas Spark is just telling Selena, like, this is stupid. Why are we working with a cop? And she's like, he's a good cop. Like, we can trust him. So then they see a van drive by and a cloaked figure get out. So they're like, oh, that's it. I got the guy. And this is on Spark's side of things. So they start making their way over towards Spark's area. But then Selena sees another van and another cloaked guy. He's like, wait a minute, I got the guy. I don't know who you got, but I got the one here. And they get both of them all riled up. And they unhood them and see that they're just pretty much random homeless guys who are like, he paid me $1,000 to drive this van out here and pick up this stuff. And we see both of them are getting the same thing. So they're like, okay, so these are diversions. Where's the real one? And we see the one that Alvarez would out. He has a flash grenade thrown into his car. And then the real one shows up. And he's got on this weird like doll face. Like just this smiling, cracked image. Well, he just starts firing a Gatling gun of tranq darts at all of the street workers in front of him. And Alvarez is pretty much knocked out, can't really do anything. Catwoman's speeding across town trying to get there in time, but by the time she gets there, everyone is knocked out. Everyone, all the streetwalkers that weren't grabbed because he had a limited amount of time, are just laying in the street. But Alvarez's car is empty and he's nowhere to be found. So, oopsie daisy. So, pretty basic issue overall. It doesn't like. I think this is just kind of the setup for, okay, now the stakes are even higher because she got Alvarez involved in this. Which, okay, fine. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like it would have had any more stakes as if, like, she just befriended a random street worker and then that worker got caught up. Like, it seems pretty cut and dry. It's just the next part of the story. Nothing really incredible about it, but also nothing disappointing, I guess. So, I don't know. The only thing I can really give it is that we finally got the reveal of the villain unhooded. And it's creepy. It's weird. It doesn't really stand out specifically, especially since I think it was in Detective Comics, not a year earlier, obviously. We had the villain of the doll maker. So, I don't know. It just feels a little bit... Are we doing the exact same thing here? Is this someone who works with the doll maker? Is this doll maker himself? I don't know, but it seems strange that we're treading over that ground already, within the same family of books at that. So, overall, I guess I would give this one I give it a 6. Nothing really stands out in this issue. It's just, it's okay. It's a perfectly okay issue. But at no point is anyone ever going to say the sentence, oh boy, Catwoman number 11 was my all-time favorite. Because there is literally nothing in here that could be a favorite.